Dr. Starkey, is your Christian name David?
It is indeed, and Robert too.
And what are your qualifications?
I am a doctor of philosophy and history, an expert in the Tudor court, with an interest in the late 15th century.
Surely the answer is to put political and economic pressure on Russia and China to make them agree with the United Nations.
John Redwood, what do you think the difference is between Libya?
What an absurd remark. What pressure can we bring to bear on China?
John Redwood.
You don't have to go there.
John Redwood.
For God's sake.
So we're trying to deal with the
You
previous
said
point.
everybody should have the right to strike. Are you saying the police should have the right to strike?
Well, yeah. And the threat of gas.
Well, yeah. Is this how we conduct
And the
debate?
threat
At
of...
the outset, please, we leave the propaganda and party posturing about the ruination of the economy with the last government at the door, not on the table. I'm sorry.
Why? Why?
Because,
Bearing in mind
because of that is exactly what it is, propaganda.
No, it's not. It's fact. And if you can't recognise fact, you shouldn't be at a programme like this. I detect a powerful note of jealousy in what Shirley has just said, because, of course, traditionally, the Lib Dems were the receptacle for rubbish votes and the protest vote. So, obviously, there's a certain degree of jealousy. I don't think they will have the laugh in this election. I think they may very well have a very large laugh at the next general election. And I think they represent something much more profound than what Shirley has said. They represent a sense of deep-seated disenchantment. Most of you are political junkies. Most of the country isn't. And if we just look at this panel now, forgive me whilst I go round, we have an hereditary journalist, comedian.
That's how it works, it's hereditary.
Indeed, we have an hereditary broadcaster,
No, you
presenter.
don't.
Yes, you
certainly
do.
don't.
No, let's
Anyway,
go
leave
round.
me out of it.
No,
Talk about
come
politicians.
on. You're very much part of this. You two are the daughter of a line of Harley Street physicians. You're a cousin of Antonia Fraser. You're Vera Britton's daughter. Now, in other words, there are only two of us here who came up from Nat, Justine and me, and we're both on the right. There is this awful sense of politics as a cosy club. Now, you can get away with it when you've got an aristocracy, okay, in the past. If you're also pretending to be a democracy, then this sort of cosy, inbred, liberal, pat on the back, it's all right. The Ken Clark remark, the contempt for the mere orders, saying things that rather a lot of people believe. Make one response. I wasn't condescending, I was describing. You did indeed fight for women, but you fought most effectively for middle-class women like yourself. Because exactly the way female liberation has worked, and I wholeheartedly support it, is disproportionately in favour of rich, well-connected women like you.
Absolutely not. That is absolutely not.
That there be an even balance between men and women. Why, do we not have a similar quotient for Asians, homosexuals, left-handed people, or whatever? And so this is, if we demand that Parliament reflects us, that's a question worth asking. I think the other thing is we've got to ask, what is it that women actually bring? And this question, I think, needs answering, and it needs thinking about. Are we talking about simply social justice? Are we actually saying, as George was hinting, that women are supposed to do it differently? My sense in politics is that successful women are at least as brutal and nasty as the successful men. And Margaret Thatcher is an outstanding example. And the final point is, some of our very worst ministers have been women. No, just please let's confront this.
Nobody's stopping you, just be brief.
We had Estelle Morris, who at least had the merit of realising she couldn't do the job and resigned within a year. It's true, she knew she couldn't do it. And we had Jackie Smith, who, with intensely strong competition, is probably the worst Home Secretary ever, and was, of course, snout in the trough in the largest possible way. So, sorry, women are not a panacea. They don't bring a miracle. They don't do mysterious good. Sorry, can we all start to be adult and think?
if you ask somebody like my colleague Professor Starkey, it's playing xenophobia and racial prejudice for laughs. I was wondering, where are you domiciled for tax purposes?
I am domiciled here and I pay full taxes. And can I just say, as you have chosen to be personal and invidious, let me share a little story with you. One of the great things that is essential to Britishness is a sense of public duty, that you do things for nothing with organisations that can't pay. Ms. Penny, who has been advertising these great left-wing virtues, and I were due to debate for a very impoverished little society called the Thomas Paine Society on the virtues of a republic on the one hand and a monarchy on the other. I was prepared to do it for free. She insisted on trying to charge such a large fee that the event had to be cancelled. Now, I think that is as mean and grasping as some runt comedian, and I will not be lectured to by a jumped-up public school girl like you. I came from the bottom, and I will not have it.